Hi everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we have this 2022 Nissan Armada and we're going to do the side chrome delete installation for this vehicle. So as you can see, this is how the side panels look before doing the installation, and this is how it looks after the installation. So we use the gloss black material in order to black out the side panels and also match the side pillars of the vehicle. Link for the product will be provided below, but with that being said, let's start with the installation video. So before we start with the installation, we need to make sure we prep each panel. So all we need is water and baby shampoo mixed together in a spray bottle. Once you have your solution, spray it onto a clean microfiber towel and make sure to remove any contaminants that each panel may have. So make sure you clean everything on the side and also the big piece on the front section where the windshield is located. So when it comes to installing the front section of the chrome panel, it is going to be a little difficult since you need to somehow manage to get up here. So the way to go about it, if you can reach it, just lay the film there and just start from working from one end. So align it right on the edge, align it from one end. Once you have it aligned, carefully just align the film to the top section. Use that as the guide in order to align the film, and just align it and tack it down up to where you could reach it. And then once you get halfway, go around, lift it and align it and tack it back down. So once you finish placing the film, you would go ahead and grab your squeegee and start tagging down everything. Make sure to remove all of the air that's trapped underneath the film. Secure the top and the bottom section. And then once we finish tagging down everything, we're going to apply heat and then trim off any excess material if needed. After you finish heating it up, trim off any excess material. Okay, and then once you finish trimming off the excess material, just finish off by applying heat to help seal the film, and then we'll move on to the side pieces. So the first piece we're going to do after we finish installing the middle piece is this section where the chrome panel is located. The reason being is because there's a cutout here, so this is a separate piece. So when we're doing the installation, start off by aligning it right on the edge here. Something to keep in mind, this section of the chrome, which is a little bump, is not being covered, so keep that in mind when you're doing the installation. So you're only covering up to the edge of this section of the panel. Once you align it on the edge, lift the film and just follow the design of the panel until you reach it to the edge here, and it should end right there. If you need to readjust it, you can. Just be careful lifting it and tacking it back down. Once you place the film, grab your squeegee, start tacking everything down. Make sure to remove all the fingers, and if there's any air bubbles, remove them as well. Once you finish tacking on the film, grab your heat gun and apply heat. And then once we finish applying heat, tack everything back down, and then we'll trim off any excess material, and then we'll finish it off by applying heat one last time just to help tack down the film in case there's any film lifting around the edges. So now we're moving on to the next piece. This one covers the entire section where the two doors are located. So just place the film on the panel, that way it doesn't move. And we're working on this section here. So when it comes to installing the film, align it where we left off, where the cutout is located. So align it there, place the film. And with this one, you could use the top half as the guide in order to align the film on the top section. Just make sure you're covering the chrome on top. And once you tack this down, just continue on, follow the same guide on the top section until you reach it to the other end. So once you finish aligning the entire film, grab your squeegee, make sure to start removing any air bubbles that are underneath the panel throughout the entire film until you reach it there. And also with this one, make sure when you're tagging it down on the bottom, you carefully squeegee it down in order to cover the chrome on the section underneath the panel. So just take your time, make sure to tack down everything on the top, go until you reach to the other end, and then once you finish, tack down the film underneath to cover the chrome. And once you finish tagging down the whole entire panel, apply heat, and then we'll trim off any excess material. Okay, so now we're moving on to the front door lower section panel. So with this one, you are going to see that there's a cutout right here on the film. So that cutout, align it to the edge here where the chrome is about to get divided between this section and the lower section of the mirror. So once you have it aligned there, tack down the rest of the film, go in this section. And all we need to do is just lift the film, finish it off aligning it. You could use the lower section of the panel as the guide in order to align the rest of the film. So just take your time aligning until you reach to the other. So once you finish placing the film to the chrome, grab your squeegee and start tacking everything down. Make sure to remove any air that's trapped underneath the film. And then once we're done, we're going to apply heat. That way we help the adhesive on the film activate faster and it starts molding to the design of the panel. Take your time doing this, and then once we finish applying heat, we'll trim off any excess material. Okay, if you're trimming off the top section, just create an outline of where the panel meets the gasket. That's where you would create the outline, and then that's where we would insert our blade and trim off any excess material. So once you created that outline, insert your blade and just carefully trim off the excess material. You don't need to apply too much pressure, just a little bit is fine. And then you would do the same for this side, and the same until you reach it here. And if you have excess material on the corner here as well, trim it off. So now just finish off by applying heat once we finish trimming off the excess material. And then once you're done here, you would repeat the same steps to this section here. It's the same thing, the only difference is you don't have to worry about aligning it where the mirror is located. You can just start off by aligning it here, work your way, tack it down, trim, apply heat, and then you should be good. So when it comes to installing the last piece, which is located on the quarter window, just start by placing the film to the panel. That way it doesn't get contaminants from the body of the vehicle. And we're going to start by aligning the film to this section of the corner. So align it there. Make sure you just give yourself enough material to cover the chrome here and on the middle section here. Once this is secured, work your way from one end and then finish off on the other end. So just lift the film, follow the design of the panel. And if you need to readjust it, you can. Just make sure that the film is covering the chrome and you should be good. And remember, like I mentioned for the front, this section of the chrome, which is a small bump, is not getting covered. So once it reaches the edge here, that's all you need. And then just lift the film and finish off the bottom section. You could lift it to readjust it, to remove any fingers, and just make sure everything's being covered. That's pretty much it. So now that we placed the film, grab your squeegee and start tacking down the film. If possible, squeegee at an angle. That way, in case there is some bubbles, we don't accidentally crease it. And with the film, you could lift it carefully from the edge here. That way we're able to remove the bubbles, hold it, and then tack it back down. That's only if you have bubbles trapped here. If you don't, then you should be fine just tacking down everything like this. Just make sure to take your time. Squeegee at an angle, squeegee the entire panel, and then once we're done tacking down everything, we'll apply heat to help the film start molding to the shape of the panel, and then we'll trim off any excess material. So with this one, just make sure you apply heat around the curve, that way the film stays tacked down and covers the curved section of the panel, and then just work your way securing the entire panel afterwards. Okay, now that we apply heat, just create an outline of where we're going to insert our blade and trim off the excess material. And once that outline has been created, insert the blade, trim it off, and then finish it off by applying heat, and then we should be good. So the last thing to do once you finish with the entire installation for the side panel is to apply heat to each section of the panel that was worked on. That way we help the adhesive on the film activate faster and it doesn't lift over time. So just take your time going to each section, and once you're done with this step, you're done with the installation. Thank you for choosing Bogar Tech Design. As a small business, your support means everything to us. If you loved your product, please drop a review. If you have questions or issues, don't forget to message us via email. Once again, thank you so much for the support from our family to yours. So that concludes the installation video for the side chrome delete installation for the 2022 Nissan Armada. We hope that the video helped you guys out with the installation. Don't forget to drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any of our upcoming installation videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.